Hello guys, this is SEAmaxxing here from so I'm currently staying in Singapore at the moment, having a holiday. I'm enjoying myself. I'm like on one of the top floors in Singapore, and I just want to tell you about my trip so far in terms of me geomaxing, looks maxing and all that, and how the trip has gone for me. So I've flown into Singapore Friday night, and I've tried to basically give nice view, and I've basically tried to go out on a Saturday. However, it's very dead. It's pretty much dead. It's really if you're looking to go to Singapore for the nightclub, I wouldn't really recommend it. But maybe because it was raining yesterday quite a bit. However, in Singapore, there was where there's a bars and all that. They made shelters on top of it, which is pretty cool. Therefore, if you're going out clubbing, you won't get rained on. So that's pretty smart. All right. So what I want to talk about, I'm trying to get a good view for you guys. I'll just change it up every now and again. So what I want to talk about is my overall experience going to Singapore as a South Asian guy with an Australian accent. This is important because it'll come into play. Also, as someone who is attempting to SEAmaxx, and also how I get treated, especially when I'm looks maxing, and especially I've gone out quote unquote gaming again, but I'm doing like day game because it's much better in Singapore because there's just like girls around doing shopping and all that. Okay, so before I went to Singapore, my friend was talking to me. He says that the Chinese Singaporeans were racist towards the Malay Asians as well as the Indians. Essentially, this is going to sound really fucked up. The way um, Australians treat Aboriginal Australians. So basically, what they'll do is they try to keep the distance away from Aboriginals and also not go near them and interact with them too much. My friend told me that's how they treat South Asians or Indian looking people. Uh, Mind you, I am like very. I've got a good face and phenotype for Indian, but if you look at me, you can definitely tell I'm Indian easily. I was like, all right, thanks for the heads up. I was watching a documentary regarding racism in Singapore, and it's pretty fucked. It's quite casual as well, which is the most fucked up part about it. So when I flew into Singapore, I was pretty nervous. I was like, oh shit, I don't want to be paying the ethnic tax here. Just want to go for the holiday. When I flew to Singapore, I was on edge at first, but the people in Singapore are actually really nice to me. Like, I've had no issues at all. People in Singapore are very nice. Um, yeah, I can only count on one hand where my friend talked about the experience of racism. However, other than that, it's been great, and I don't think I've paid the ethnic tax here at all. Uh, so basically, when I do speak to people, at first, they may be worried about who I am, but when they hear my accent, they notice that, oh, okay, he's from a Western country. I think they treat me better because of my accent. So I was walking home from the kebab shop and I saw this lady. I decided to approach her. I asked her, oh, hey, how's your night been? And she was talking back to me. After we were talking for like 3 seconds, she's like, oh, wait, Are you from Singapore or are you from overseas? I told her I'm from Australia. So I guess I do have the accent halo. And then from there, I got a number and hopefully we'll be able to meet up coffee within 2 days' time. I'm also looking to fly over. No, I'm going to the Johor Bahru, which is a place near Singapore in Malaysia. I'm hoping that I'm able to get there in terms of staying there. So we'll see how we go. Hopefully, there's not much visa issues. I'm an Australian citizen, so there shouldn't be much issues with me staying there. But look at this view, man. I have to check out tomorrow. I'm really sad. I wish I could live here. It's so beautiful. Well, you know what they say, live a day as a king if you can. And I'm definitely living as a king, for sure. Let me turn the light off. Oh, that's so much better. Look at that, guys. Look at that. I can't turn this TV off for some reason. It's really annoying, but you just have to make it. Oh, I need to turn this light off too. Okay, as I was saying, I've approached this one chick. I'm not too sure if it's because I've been SEAmaxxing or because I've been looks maxing from a sub 5. However, when I was speaking to her, it seemed to be a lot easier compared to when I used to do quote unquote pick up in game. It was so much easier than before. Like I was speaking to her normally, basically. I've looks maxed. I would show my outfit, but man, I want to go to bed. Hope you guys can understand. So, I noticed that when I went to the shops, I was wearing like a baggy clothing, like a little bit oversized t-shirt, and from there I noticed that when I get served by the female staff, they're really nice with me, and they're really happy as well, which is great. Also, I noticed that a lot of women were like staring at me when I was walking down the street, more so in Australia. So that's a good sign. So I'm looking to go back out there and game again. I find it a lot of fun. There's this concept that's called state, where your mentality and your emotions get regulated really well. I'm mainly gonna do it for that. And I got 2 matches on Tinder, just messaging a couple of people on Tinder. I try to get another one to meet me out for coffee. We'll see how we go. I might post this video when I get back to Australia. It depends on how the internet is. Because I'm using a different SIM other than my own. I think I want to. Yeah, so generally the people that are here are nice, and I really want to go SEAmaxxing again, mainly because in a much bigger city, there's just so much more opportunities to talk to people. Another reason why I'm getting back into game is because I'm going to be competing in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu state titles in the blue belt. And one issue I have before competing is I get really fucking nervous. I hate nerves, and I'm not really good at dealing with them. And when I asked my teammates and my coaches saying, "Oh, how do you deal with nerves?" and they're just like, "Oh, there's really no way to deal with it. You just gotta you can't really get rid of them, you know." I didn't like that answer at all. That's fucking bullshit. There's a way that I need to get used to the nerves. The only other way I can find out how to deal with nerves in terms of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is going out there and doing pickup. Just cold approaching a random chick where I'm like really nervous. I even if I looks maxed a bit more, I'm like a 5.5, maybe a 6 on a good day. But even still, it's still nerve wracking. I reckon if I do get to a Chad light level, I'm still gonna have nerves when I first approach a chick, man. However, I need to get used to the nerves and all that, and just going in there cold and just doing the best I can. However, the nerves do. I used to think to myself, "Fuck, man, I want approach anxiety to never exist." But when I first talked to the girl, I'm like, as soon as I talk to her and it starts going well, or even if I get it rejected, the nerves are gone. I'm like, no, come back, come back. Because in jiu-jitsu, the nerves are still there the whole time. So basically, I'm still looks maxing. When I'm here, I notice that a lot more women are like looking at me, and I think in terms of like pickup, going to a really big city, any city at all, is probably like beats the hell out of going to a fucking nightclub. Fuck that shit, man. I hate nightclubs. So going to a city where there's like heaps of people around, except if it's a Nordic city like Sweden, Norway, I'll probably get blown out from there. I have no chance. I'm thinking of going to Cambodia or Hungary, Eastern Europe next year, just to just go about my day and just doing game as I go about my day. And I found that since I looks maxed, I used to think that I had to put on a show when talking to women. Nowadays, I can just be more myself. And yeah, I'm hoping to become a Chad Light, if not a Chad Pre. That would be fantastic. Alright, that's all today, guys. I need to sleep, alright? I need to check out of the hotel at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Make sure to like this video, let me know what you think, and subscribe. Yeah, and here's the view one more time. Look at this. I wish the window was here more, because this is where my head is. Yeah, just make this whole window bigger, eh? I'll give these guys 5 stars because according to Airbnb, I specifically requested this room where I get to look at the man. This is the shit that makes me want to hustle. Alright guys, have a good night. See ya.